to use not Zoom but use StreamYard because they're
Okay.
testing their new version as well. So sorry, I'll play the. So sorry because they're like never give someone else inside their official like with an application and it's yeah I will put that on the new link on Google Doc as well. So sorry.
Okay, no worries, no worries. Yeah, we'll go ahead and switch over to StreamYard.
Yeah, thank you so much. and you must. Well, do the do any of you here, my audience, do any of you use Dogecoin? Type one to let me know. And yeah, and Michael, please give us some interesting facts about you.
Yeah, a few fun things that especially geared towards Binance is that I actually used to work with a lot of I would say the projects that are on Binance right now. So I did marketing consulting through Lunar Digital Assets, and we actually were working with Polygon, Chromia, Persistence, Quick Swap. If you guys are, if you guys know them as well,
Yeah, it's on
Unilend.
Polygon. The swap on Polygon.
Yeah, yeah. I actually helped, especially geared towards Binance, is that I actually used to work
Wow.
with a lot of sell.
You said you designed the token economy for the swap on Polygon.
Well, tokenomics of it and everything, making sure that the majority of it goes to the users instead of going to other parties that are able to get in early because of friends. It was more of a fair launch.
Oh, that's so nice. Actually, I kind of I'm looking for like a good token economy designer. Probably I'll get it to you later. And so
Tokenomics
about
of it and
Michael,
everything, making
you
sure
have
that the
created
majority of it
this
goes to
DeFi
the
summit
users instead
from
of
scratch
going
with
to
Justin and Easter and
other
have
parties that
over
are able to get in early because of friends.
2,000
It
top
was more of a
speakers,
fair
which
launch.
200 top
Oh,
speakers
that's
from
so
the
nice.
blockchain and
Actually,
crypto world joining us.
I'm
So would you
looking
like
for
to
like
give us a short
good
like
token economy
briefly of
designer.
your
Probably I'll
milestones
get
that
it to
what you have
you
done before? Like
later.
how
And
come you get
so
this
about
200
Michael,
top
you have
speakers to
created
joining us?
this DeFi summit
From
from
scratch
scratch
with
with
Yeah, I guess
Justin and
we had
Easter and have
speakers from
over
like Mark
uh,
Cuban come to speak,
2,000 top
Sandeep from
speakers, which
Polygon. I think we over
200 top
had like
speakers from the
over
blockchain and crypto
like 10
world joining
protocols,
us.
layer
So
one,
we
layer
like to
twos
give
come
us
speak
a
at our
short
event.
like
For us,
briefly
it's
of
always been
your
focusing on
milestones that what you have
multi-chain,
done before.
and
Like how
we've
come
been
you get
actually
this
we owned
200
DeFiSummit.com for the
top
past
speakers
like
to
two
joining us?
years before DeFi, even before DeFi Summer. When we first learned about like Compound and and Curve, and we thought it was really cool where you can have like a decentralized or DeFi option instead of going to like a more centralized options as well. So we it was too early though at that time, but when we started noticing DeFi started picking up, we found out that there wasn't really much content really focused specifically about DeFi, even though it's changing the way people are managing their own finance and growth. So we decided just like to network with all the different projects and protocols out there, and we envision in the future a multi-chain, cross-chain world where it's not just one single chain. I think that what really excited us is like everybody was bogged down about Ethereum when it first started, but then Binance Smart Chain is really what kicked off the new chain experience where people are wanting just a different solution that is not just high in gas fees, and people were willing to move and migrate. People didn't think it was possible back then. If you even like a year or two ago, people thought it was Ethereum only. But once it started Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, it started opening up and branching out people to kind of expand out as well too. We decided just like wanting just a
I
different
see.
solution
Well,
that is
I
not
like all of
just
the story
high in
and how
gas
you
fees,
get to
and
them.
people were
So would you
willing
like to like give
move
us
and
some more
migrate. People
introduction
didn't
about
think it
how
was
you get to
possible
this
back then.
industry?
Even like a year or two ago, people thought it was Ethereum only.
Yeah,
But
with
once it
Something
started
has
Binance Smart
influenced.
Chain, Polygon, it
yeah,
started
I guess with
opening up
like
and branching
so
out
we
for people
so me and
to
Justin we combined together
to kind of expand out as well too. We decided just like wanting just a
I
different
see.
Was
solution
nothing
Well,
about
because
DeFi.
I like all of
So
the
some of the
story and
milestones
how
for
you
like
get.
DeFi Summer
So would you
alone, I
like
think we
to
had like
like give us
200
some
plus
more
speakers,
information about how
and
you
then
get?
we did it
Would you
again
like
with
to share the screen like about all of
oh
the
yeah,
projects? Is fine. Yeah, you can easily click on the
yeah with
chef who has
I guess
influence. To
okay.
all the audience,
yeah
actually
I guess
today
with
we are
like
using
so we so me and
new
Justin we would
a
combine
new
together.
app called StreamYard to do our live. We used to use Zoom, but something happened. And
Was nothing about DeFi.
thank you for your
So some of
page.
the milestones for like
Yeah,
DeFi
so
Summer
yeah,
alone, I
you can
think we
see
had
here
like
this is DeFi
200 plus
Summit.
speakers,
Dare
and
to
then we did it
DeFi
again
as
Would you like to
well,
share the
and
screen like about all of the
it was
projects?
actually we
Yeah,
had
you
a
can
whole
easily
week
click on the
of
chef
content actually. So it's
to
not
all the
just
audience
not just
actually
one day.
today we are
We
using
allow you to learn
new
and learn a lot about
new
DeFi
app
and
called
NFTs,
StreamYard to do our live.
and
We used to use
showcased
Zoom,
a
but something
lot of
happened. And
content and agenda.
thank you for your
Even
support.
had the metaverse early on in Decentraland. But you can see kind of our speakers as well. We have people
Well,
representing all different places. Mark Cuban, Stani from Aave, Akala, Coinbase, Cosmos, Chainlink, Polygon. So, again, we're not maxis for a single chain. We really want to bring all the best builders and ideas together and bring it all in one place. Our speakers as well. We have people
that
representing all
that
different
that's
places. Mark
that's
Cuban,
awesome. Like, would
Stani
you like
from
to show us
Aave,
like the speakers of
Akala,
the or the website
Coinbase,
of the
Cosmos,
decentral coin
Chainlink,
and information
Polygon.
about
So,
that? Not only
yeah,
DeFi Summit, but the thing is like happening in corner.
and I'll show you before that too. So
Oh
we
yes, sir.
also. Oops, this is the wrong one.
This
Not
is
this
the
one.
Bitcoin. Oh, you've held a
Sorry.
lot of summits.
Sorry.
That's awesome. Like,
This
I've
is
never
another one he
heard of
hosted,
the
NFT
speakers
Con.
of
So this one's like
or
DeFi
the
Summit, but
website
purely
of the
dedicated
decentral coin
to
and information about
NFTs.
that. Not
And so
only
we had like
DeFi Summit, but the
Christie's,
thing is like happening in corner.
Sotheby's, People Pleaser, many other speakers coming to this one too.
Oh yes, sir.
And then so what we thought though is that we
This is the
hosted an
Bitcoin.
NFT
Oh, you've
Con,
held a lot of
a
summits.
DeFi Summit. Why not combine both of those together and create a DecentralCon? And we decided to do it in person as well too. There hasn't been that many events in person. There's maybe like NFT NYC, and then but there wasn't any like
Yes.
DeFi events as well. But we saw Art Basel coming up in Miami. Art Basel, for everybody that's brand new, it's the biggest art festival or art week in the U.S. And part and it hasn't happened in a few years. So it's all hosted in Miami. Miami, the mayor is very Bitcoin forward. I think they're giving out
Yes.
Bitcoin to all the citizens as well as part of a little Miami
I
coin that
thought
they
you
have.
give Miami coin instead of
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
Miami coin.
Yeah. Oh,
um,
that would be so rich giving out
yeah.
Bitcoins.
And so a lot of people moved away from Los Angeles, New York, San Francisco, and move over to Miami because they're much more crypto friendly, better taxes, and then also Puerto Rico is also another great place in the U.S. to lower your tax burden, and so a lot of people moved towards that direction. So we thought it was like perfect timing to come together, and our guests kind of paid off. We're anticipating anywhere from like 3,500 to almost 4,000 attendees now. We're seeing each day at the last week kind of pick up, and we're hosting it again during like the busiest art week. We have 4 different stages. So we have a DeFi stage, NFT stage, a demo stage where you can see new upcoming emerging projects. We call it the alpha. And then we actually have a 50-foot dome. And then this inside has 360 projections. So we're going to have like art, really interactive installations as well too. We call this the
So that's
metaverse
very
dome.
cyberpunk.
Yeah, this is the kind of the theme of like we did is very cyberpunk or vapor. They call it vaporwave as well too. And we wanted to create essentially the largest NFT and DeFi conference together combined, because I think that's the problem is that even with Art Basel, because they might show NFTs inside the art galleries, but that's really catered towards like the fiat whales and the old school money, traditional, but they don't really still even educate people about
Yes.
NFTs.
Yes.
And then also too is just people are collecting the NFTs, the JPEGs, but they still don't fully understand what's the technology behind it from the DeFi side. And same with the DeFi guys, they don't understand what's happening on the NFT side. So why not? Why we don't need to create these different silo of stuff. We need to just combine people together and celebrate all those things decentralized. And it looks like our ideas came together. So you can see it's a massive space, 2 floors. We have a lot of activities. We have a metaverse. We have 20 play to earn games. We have 4 different galleries as well, like NFT galleries, 4 different sections. NFT stage, networking area, expos, even a PFP alley as well. So we have like
Wow.
World of Women, Cyberkongs, Gutter Cats, Robotos, and so many others. We have a lot of apes coming as well too. So it's cool. So and then we also have upstairs too. So there's just a lot of stuff happening in terms of experience. So we wanted to create something that's a lot more different than your typical, like, we've been to so many conferences in the past like 4 or 5 years. Everybody's just like go talk, meet and network, all that stuff, which is cool. We have all that, but we decided to spend a lot more on production for a lot more experiences, which is where we're seeing the 360 Dome. We're going to have art shows in there. We have some meditation classes even, and then also too some displays where Sandbox is going to take over and share some things there too. We're going to have like Sandbox World for like a couple hours. And then also too, one other thing is the digital fashion. We have
Wow, digital fashion.
yeah, that's a new emerging company. New emerging companies like Luxo, DressX, Digital X, Fabricant, and more. And so it's like physical meets digital. This section is surprisingly, and you guys might, and if you can't attend, we will have to show this after the fact. But what we've seen from the booths so far, the digital fashion corner is going to be very different than what we've seen typically. People are going to show like the twins, digital and physical twins of the item. But then you can start changing it and then even wear some stuff AR as well too. It's just really
like a 3D
cool
model of it.
Yeah, 3D model. You can customize. You can probably mint it. If you're like Artifact, then obviously you might do something digitally and then mint it in physical as well too. There's a lot of really cool, crazy combinations that are happening from it.
It's good because you save the materials and it's environmentally like friendly because you can see it before you like created it into like physically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or you might not even need to forge it as well too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Michael, I don't know if you want to talk over kind of like some of the companies or some of the people that are coming as well too.
Yeah, no, I think we have over 100 plus companies that are coming, and for us, like since we work in the blockchain space, and for us, we're very open with all the different types of ecosystems. So we have 15 plus layer ones that are going to be attending. We have people from all types of everywhere around the world that are coming. We're also mixing it with also mainstream and kind of like keeping it also very crypto centric. The thing about us is that we're very open. It doesn't matter what chain you're building on. It doesn't matter what product you're building on. Like we want to be open because we see the space has a lot of places to grow. And if we don't work together for it, it's everyone's being siloed off. We'd rather have it to where it's an open and free space for everyone to kind of build and be able to, come to an event and also be able to showcase what their thinking is as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so we have even Joseph Lubin coming as well too now, co-founder of Ethereum, everybody might know.
Wow, that's cool.
And yeah, we also have BitBoy. So we brought in a lot of different types of people, even some celebrities, NBA All-Star like Baron Davis.
NBA stars?
Yeah, NBA stars, musicians. We actually also as in a normal crypto conference as well. We want to make it kind of a mini festival, and I think when we continue to grow, we'll add more cool experiences and entertainment beyond just the crypto talks.
That's interesting. I think I'm going to go to like. Do you have a panel related with DAO?
We actually do. Yeah, we have a DAO panel as well. So there's just a few different. Yeah, I think aren't you guys coming over to the DAO panel too?
Yes,
so,
I'm gonna be a speaker there. Yeah, see you guys. Like anyone, if you're near to Miami or if you're in the US, I would like to spend a couple of days in Miami. Like come and see me in person. You can see all of us. And
yeah, and
I
also
really
too, for those that can't attend, for travel reasons or just it's too short notice, like we will be live streaming this. We want to help spread the education around for both DeFi and NFTs, and so we'll have an NFT stage live stream as well as the DeFi stage live stream as well for both days. And then all the talks will be also recorded, and we'll share that out after as well too. Again, like we know that's still hard to travel these times for many times people still, but we hope to expand this out and also bring it to different places around the world too.
I really like the topic you gave to the summit. It's like to merge NFT with DeFi because you know what? I actually did a survey on the NYC, so I went to the Times Square and I just randomly asking people passing by, like, do you know about NFT? And 90% of the people told me that they know NFT, what NFT is. However, only I think 30% of people knows DeFi, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and metaverse like 20%. So since NFT is so popular, related with like fashion, with artists, with all the modern stuff, and so but people doesn't know that NFT is valuable as well. It's related with DeFi, and DeFi is like you mine to earn, and NFT is also like you can mint to earn. So people don't know that you can earn with NFTs. And if you're like long-term investors, definitely you need to join, know more about NFT. Yeah, so I really like the topic, and move to our next topic. So, how would you like to show us about this? How would you like to show us about like uh, the stage with you and Art Basel? You do have a stage like with Art Basel like overlapped, right?
Yeah, so for us, our agenda is going to be November
So
30th and December 1st. And then
yeah.
Art Basel is going to be happening on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So what we wanted to do is integrate a lot of those elements over and to kind of make it basically span the whole week. Because for us, like we noticed that, basically from this past year, a lot of people around the world has just learned about NFTs, and a lot of artists are now bringing, a lot of their creations onto the blockchain. So for us, we wanted to make it to where it's a bigger environment, and we want to be included. So whenever we were kind of like reaching out and looking at our Basil, it was basically like seeing where the NFT section is. For that, they do have an NFT section, but it's very little. So for us, we decided that for we want to have more exposure as the crypto community. So that's why we decided to do decentral. So we will be having events tying up. We're also working with Bit Basel, which is going to be having initiatives for artists and also
Oh, Big
hackathons in the space.
Basel. You just mentioned the hackathon.
Yeah. So we're working with them as well to kind of host some of these events and bring people into Art Basel, so that they can also enjoy that as well for the crypto community, and then from there be able to kind of have a whole week of networking, having fun, and being able to learn more about what NFTs do for everyone.
Actually, you just mentioned the hackathon for the Beat Puzzle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Actually, the Beat Puzzle, they're gonna have two sections, like for two group of people. One is for the artists. So if you guys like to mint your own NFT, like if you're an artist, or you can join the artist section for the Beat Puzzle. And there is also a developer section. So with the developer section, people can like, I think they are both around the Miami coin.
Yeah, so for both of them, so for the actual hackathon participants, they're going to be having their own little area within our conference, to be also to invite and also announce some of the winners from their hackathon as well. So for us, it's all about bringing I would say the communities together, because if you're looking at like DeFi and how you said earlier, DeFi and NFTs, they're kind of two separate communities, but they can actually intertwine really, really well and actually benefit from both sides. Because you think about it, NFTs is the creation process of assets or independent items, and then the DeFi side is like the funding side that's able to help facilitate this. So a lot of people that are minting, technically are financing and in a decentralized way in order to mint. So DeFi has a lot of meetings, but that's kind of like one of the ways that DeFi is helping NFTs. And at the same time, NFTs also help DeFi as well. It's because we looked at Uniswap V3. So their LP liquidity provision tokens actually switched from when L2 from V2 to V3. They actually made it, instead of LP tokens, they actually made it to where they're NFTs for independent positions. So there's a lot of crossover in terms of how NFTs can actually integrate over.
Yes. So I mean, I really like what did you just say about the NFT and the DeFi? And would you like to tell us more about GameFi? Because GameFi is play to earn as well, and there are a couple of NFTs more like popping up in the GameFi projects as well.
Yeah, so I think for the GameFi side, I mean, we hosted the first E3 blockchain gaming stage, and for that as well, it's like back then there wasn't a lot of traction because they're like, oh, how can you play a game and place it onto the blockchain and make it efficient? But now you're looking at it, and GameFi is kind of really popping off. Like we've seen, so like for us, we've seen like Gala Games. Gala Games is also on Binance as well, if you guys are looking. But also for that too, it's like they're trying to create an ecosystem to where it's similar to like Steam. For that to where you can actually have independent people own certain portions of the game and be able to host it. So with GameFi and also the tokenomics, I would say if you also look at like Axie Infinity, everyone
Yes.
loves Axie Infinity. It's because of the way that they're rewarding the gamers, right? So how I was talking, how I was saying earlier that when I was 13, 14, I was able to play these games and actually earn in-game currency and be able to sell it. My accounts were actually banned for a long time, so I had to find loopholes, right?
Oh my god! Like you're in a casino, and because you earn a lot, and you're forbidden to go inside. You must be
so it's
really
like,
good at that. Yeah.
yeah, and even like if you look at like Vitalik, so Vitalik actually was playing World of Warcraft, and the reason that him and his team wanted to create basically Ethereum was because he got banned in his game. He spent time on the game, 2, 3 years, 4 years, and then with all those assets that you have, you're unable to sell them. Be able to regain time. So with a lot of these play to earn games, I think that that's what they're doing. They're rewarding the gamers for actively playing their game, and at the same time also reward them for time placed into the game as well, because they're contributing time for the ecosystem.
You must be really good at like token economic designing, since you have already find out what the designers like think about.
Yeah, because like for that too, it's like with all the games, if you look at the inflation model, if the inflation is too high and people are getting rewarded too much, it might lead to decline in kind of like market value. But if you're looking at kind of like the user base that's growing on there as well, you see a lot of users. So there's a lot of analytics to kind of look at to kind of see and gauge how the tokenomics are, how you expect the inflation to be, how you expect the emissions as well for rewards. There's a lot of, I would say, gamification elements that you have to put in consideration whenever, especially for play to earn. But then again, there's also different changes and matches. So like, for example, if you look at like League of Legends, they also do monthly or quarterly updates so that they can also change their emissions or change things that they like on the game as well. But in a decentralized way, it's a little bit more difficult. You're gonna have to vote on that to make sure that that is steadily maintaining steadily.
Yes. So I found out that you also you are building like decentralized communities. So may I know like where are you building it, on Telegram or on Twitter or in Discord?
Yeah, so right now we're building it on Telegram. So like within our Telegram group, we actually have it to where our group members are actually moderators that actually have a karma system. So over time, the more you contribute to the community and everyone likes it, they actually can give you karma, which is like a thumbs up. And after you have a certain amount of karma, you can actually be eligible to become a moderator of it. So for us, as long as you're providing value to the community, that's where you can become a moderator. And from there as well, like the moderators will receive other types of perks that are along the road. That is not announced yet to them yet. I know a lot of them are watching right now and messaging me. For them as well, it's like we want to make sure that we reward communities for incentivization through, basically karma. You give good vibes, you're able to give, help people as well. There's even communities to where each time that we host a conference, a lot of them come in and ask questions. And for a lot of the other people, we're just trying to help grow the space in whole. So for them, they'll help them how to set up a MetaMask, how to, get a stuck transaction unstuck on a chain, or, sometimes more technical things as well.
Yeah. How would you like to share the Telegram channel's link?
Yeah. So for the Telegram, let me double check really quickly. So if you go into Telegram and you look up t.me/DeFi Summit, that's going to be the title for it. For the
me and then
/DeFi Summit.
DeFi DeFi I just typed it into our chatting area. So I think anybody you can copy and paste the link I just sent you and paste it in Telegram to see if you can enter it, and you guys can join the decentralized community, and then you can chat here. You can chat there. Yes, I've just someone asked, can I write it down?
Yeah, so you just go onto Telegram and look up DeFi Summit. So for us, we'll be hosting, for our event circuit, we actually have 5 brands under our belt that we're going to be releasing. So the first one was DeFi Summit all about DeFi. The second one was NFT Con, all about NFTs. Decentral Miami currently is like Miami is the current location, but we're taking Decentral, where it's kind of like a general event where it wraps around DeFi, NFTs, metaverse is kind of like the whole circumference of the crypto ecosystem. And then we have two more brands that we're going to be announcing for different types of events as well. That's going to be also hosted around the world. So if you guys aren't able to make it to Miami this time, we'll also have Decentral, potentially another area. Like let's say for example, like Decentral London, Decentral Hong Kong, Decentral Australia. Like we're trying to take it to where everyone has an opportunity to participate.
Will this show be virtual as well? Will this show in Miami be virtual as well?
Yeah, so we do have it physical, but we also have 2 stages live streamed. So the NFT stage is going to be live streamed, and also the DeFi stage, because we believe that we want to make it to where everyone can still learn about it. But we're actually recording all the stages. So let's say, for example, if you're not able to make it and to go into the Metaverse Dome, right? That one is going to be placed onto YouTube and other social media platforms later on, so that you can also see independent talks for each one of them. So we wanted to make it to where we can upload, just in case if someone has a different time zone, they can actually find it out later as well.
Are these 2 stages happening simultaneously?
Yeah, we actually have a 5th stage, so it's actually 5 stages running at the same time.
Oh, that's huge. It's quite similar with NFT.nyc, that you can just only join one at the same time. Yeah, I think I definitely will check out the other stages records as well. So just to let you know that the stage will also be like simultaneously like on live on our Binance as well. So for all the Binance users, feel free to come and watch our live, and probably you'll see me on the DAO panel. Are you going to be a speaker on any panel or any keynotes?
I try not to because I want to give more time to the others. But for me, like I'm gonna be around the conference. If you guys would like to ask any questions and everything, like I'll definitely be able to help answer them. We will be like on stage to kind of intro people in and everything, but we want to keep more of the speaker times for the speakers because like for us, we choose the builders within the space, and we know that their time is valuable. So we'd rather have it to where they have the maximum amount of time for their talks.
Oh, you know what? I think like for all the audience, probably you can make a screenshot of our live show for now, and I will post a picture when I meet you, Michael, in Miami in person. And anyone, you just type the secret word as a comment and post a screenshot, like the screenshot that taken by you on under the Twitter. So I will post on my Twitter. So under that Twitter, and you will get 100 UTU token. So yesterday I was having a live show with my communities. It was about my app is UTU, and I think a couple of them joined me, and they really like the app. It's actually a DAO building app, and I've heard that you will have a DAO conference, a DAOCon later on.
Yep. So we actually own DAOsummit.com. So that's one of the brands that we're announcing later on as well.
Oh, DAOsummit.com. So you own a couple of like links, web links.
Yeah, so like a lot of the stuff that we own, we wait until we build it out and then we announce it. So like with DAOs as well, like we're also building a DAO. But this is, I would say, we would announce it at a later date on how that would work.
Yes. On Twitter?
Yeah, we'll announce it to kind of everyone as well. So like for us, for our DAO, we do have a lot of gamification systems, and we're gearing towards the play to earn ecosystem. So for our DAO, yeah, once more information will be released about it, you'll kind of see. But basically for that one is like we're very bullish on GameFi. We're also bullish on NFTs and also DeFi as well. So we'll be incorporating all 3 elements into the DAO, and also of course DAOs as well, because we're actually we wanted to make it to where the world is actually decentralized away. Not every single thing, but DAOs, we do see it as
me too. I feel the same.
Economy.
Yeah, I do feel the same. Like I feel like DAO is a mindset from 0 to 1 and then to 0. It's like back to the very old times in Roma, I think, and people they make decisions and everyone make the decisions. They make the decisions in a decentralized way. However, like with the development of our society, people realize that if you make it in a triangle way, the power organization, and it will be faster. However, while there are many like powerful group of people, the privileged people, they're doing like too centralized thing, and they're doing bad things because they can hide. But with blockchain, everything is transparent, everything is on chain since in math we trust, and then yeah, we can so we want to make it like back to the zero, that we do make these decisions and make things in a decentralized way. So I feel like it's a mindset from 0 to 1 and then to 0, because in 1 in the triangle way, you found out that you just cannot defeat the privileged people, and they will keep doing bad things. And that is why I think that in metaverse the metaverse cannot be a copy and paste of our current world. We need an NFT. What I actually was thinking about this I think yesterday. I think that NFT will be the means of production in metaverse.
Because if you look at like centralized powers, right? Like there was a tweet that I just retweeted recently. So it's basically like JP Morgan was able to manipulate the price of metals, and for them they got slapped with a $60 million fine. But if you look at like the actual number of how much they actually profited, they actually made between 20 to 30 billion dollars. So if you look at like kind of like how DeFi can solve this, it's basically saying that I can actually verify every single transaction on chain to be able to say where's the money going. And especially for like NFTs too. Like NFTs show you an ownership opportunity to where you can actually own the item on the blockchain. But a lot of people still have to understand that these are still very early iterations of NFTs. I would say within the next few years, you'll start seeing more items because of the fact that NFTs, just think of it as a representation of any data that can be placed onto the blockchain. So, for example, like Uniswap uses it for their LP positions now. But let's say, for example, you're looking at ERC 1155s, they're able to integrate NFTs and have ownership properties with ERC 20s. So you can actually create financial products from it to better DeFi, right? Think of like Nexus Mutual and the insurance policies that are on the blockchain right now. They can be used as NFT independent positions for expirations and even options trading too. You can have it to where you have a position expire at a certain time, and that NFT then, is either added more into liquidity or actually valued worthless because you got liquidated. So there's a lot of different types of it. Any type of data can be represented, and the supply chain industry alone can actually be disrupted from it. We're now seeing with, I believe it's AP Wine and Metacast, they're doing it to where they're using whiskeys and wine and making an NFT of it, but also tracking independent areas to kind of like see the whole process. So if I get my wine from Italy, it goes to, New York.
Like where the grapes were grown.
Yeah, it shows you all the data that's placed onto it. So I can kind of see the whole process of it and how it's like, coming. Especially for supply chain, I think, was it Comdex is also doing it to where they're using it for like invoicing, so that you can decentralize, I would say almost decentralized fund an invoice, and then from there an invoice can be fulfilled and paid.
Yeah, I think that China has done that with rice before, but they didn't make it into an NFT. It's just like make everything trackable. But with an NFT, I think it will be more fun. And one more thing, audience are asking that t.me/DeFi Summit link not open. I think I'll type it again.
t.me/DeFi Summit. That should be fine. That should be the correct one. If not, they can just look up DeFi Summit in the search bar in Telegram. The one that has around 13,000 people in there is the one that's currently ours.
I think I have typed it wrong. I think I need to type HTTP as well, so that.
Oh yeah, HTTPS://
Yes, this one will be working. It's HTTPS and t.me/DeFi Summit. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I just double send it. Yeah, and people are saying that. Oh, people are calling you. They say, Michael the King.
Yeah. So usually for a lot of my live streams, especially with like DeFi Summit and NFT Con, I actually have a Bitcoin Citadel background. I didn't get the green screen in time for this one, but I actually for me it's basically like Bitcoin is king. We have to kind of like understand the roots of like where everything.
So they know you. Oh my god. Yeah. That's so interesting. Yeah. Anyone would like to type Michael's Twitter handle, and the one who get it correct will get some bonus, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter. Yeah, because like basically like we always have to remember where our roots are, and it's kind of like Bitcoin kind of like made this revolution possible. But even on my Twitter, like my pinned post is basically from kind of like the whole cypherpunk wave, the CryptoPunk wave type of style. We actually started in like the 70s, so people are thinking that, oh, crypto's still new, it came out recently. It actually started as a whole trend from 1970s and even before then.
When was the year when you first came to this industry?
So I was dabbling into Bitcoin a long time ago, probably around like 2012, but I never fully
Oh my
got
God,
into
that's so early.
until like 2017.
But the first time you start to hearing about Bitcoin is 2012.
Yeah. So I actually purchased Bitcoin, and then I actually forgot about it. And then after a while, I was trying to like, oh my God, like Bitcoin's like, it's starting to gear up again. So I tried to look for my wallet, and I can't find it. So it's basically
Still, you
kind of like,
cannot find it till now.
yeah, I think I have like, I think it was like 100 Bitcoin or something at that time,
Oh my God.
which is kind of gone now. But
What was the price back to 2012?
I think I don't remember how much I purchased it for, but I remember not like not even placing a lot into it. I just placed like a little bit that I got from my job. Every month I would just place in like $50, $100. That was just to kind of like test it out, because I didn't understand blockchain technology back then. But now I'm looking at it, I'm like, only if I kept my private phrase.
What makes you would like to join this industry, like to fully into this industry, like a decentralized, let's say a decentralized dream to make this world better? Like what makes you want to join this and dedicate into this industry?
Yeah, so for crypto, it's basically everything that's verifiable. So, if I go to a bank right now, so one of the core things that kind of like made me a little angry was going to the bank and then saying, okay, like where does this money go? Just trying to learn and understand. But there was no way. They're like, okay, who are you? You're not gonna get this information. And being able to also have it to where they'll call you to verify transactions. So it was starting to kind of like pick up a little bit in my head, saying like, I want to question more. For me, it's don't trust, verify. So I wanted to learn more about how the inner workings work. And after a while, when I started kind of like going into like the Bitcoin rabbit hole, is what a lot of people would say, um, you start understanding like a lot of things that are tied, and a lot of things that are making it to where it's a more fair place, right? I started looking into like countries and kind of like learning about global economies and seeing how those structures work. And then from there, you kind of see inefficiencies in every country. Every country does have centralization and does have areas to where they want to permit or not permit. But once again, not everything has to be decentralized in terms, because not everything has to go that route. Because then again, decentralization does take time to actually process.
Yeah,
And at the same time, sometimes if the process isn't there, it might actually be slower than centralized organizations.
Yes, I know. I also feel the same. I feel like so I got a professor when I used to study. So she is from the Apple. Like she's a program manager, and she always told us that things need to be like decentralized. She feels like she liked the power of centralization, because that makes things like faster, and in a company probably you can have the execution like more profitable. However, so I feel like some like a fundraising organization, like a NGO, like, so I think people, if there's two choices for me, like one is I can my money are treated well, and I can see everything on chain, everything transparent, and that is an NGO. And another is like if I give my money there and I don't know where every penny goes. So I feel like we definitely will choose the first one. And that is like we help to make like the world better. Like if you want to help someone, you are helping. You're not like wasting your money on some people privileged. They already have money, but their money is like they just got the money from you. And in a bank, I feel the same way. Like why I think DeFi is amazing is because when you when you are on a DeFi project, it doesn't care who you are. You just stake your money and then you withdraw it with the profit. It doesn't care who you are. But however, if you are in a bank, let's say you go to the bank, they probably will have a long process for you. So they want to KYC you. They want to get your passport and your driving license, your address and a proof of your address, and you need to wait in person in a line, or either on call for like on the phone for half an hour at least, and then you can get to like save your money. But at least you cannot save it one day. However, on the DeFi project, a couple of hours, it gives you a profit.
Well, for that too, it's kind of like you also got to remember that with a lot of these yield farms, that it's playing off of the inflation model of their tokenomics. So they are distributing tokens, but you also have to look at it in a certain way. Whenever a project inflates too much, what happens is that the market is getting more demand. I mean, more supply than it is getting demand. So I kind of want to route back to kind of like the centralization talk as well. Is that when I was working with Polygon, one of the things that the community really wanted to have was basically decentralize as fast as possible. And I think that concept of decentralizing way too quick is flawed. We have to have some type of centralization in the beginning because of the fact that there are things that are being built. And if, let's say, for example, you launch a mainnet and you want to decentralize ASAP and have, either no validators or no nothing, that network will die because of the fact that everyone's going to be at a constant struggle of battle war, right? Everyone's going to be like, no, this is correct. This is correct. You're going to have so many forks of your chain. I think that you build, basically the company kind of builds it up and then lets it to where it decentralizes. Same for like the narrative of like Satoshi Nakamoto. Whenever he was, he or whoever they are, or, we don't know, but they basically created, Bitcoin. And in the beginning days, it's all about helping and making sure that that ecosystem is nourished and then set for success. And then right afterwards, then you let the economy, you let the community and the ecosystem kind of take over. So where they can govern their own decisions. But you have to kind of give them that education in order to make sure that they're mature enough to actually handle this.
Yes. I feel like there are. I think I've heard that some DeFi projects they crashed or they were hacked. I think it's Bunny is one of those.
So a lot of the hacks in DeFi happen because of complacency. That's what I think.
Yes.
I think that there are either loopholes that they overlook. So one of the things that I also say as well is like even if they're doing like Web3 stuff, is to not take shortcuts. And a great person that says this is like Tegan Klein from the Graph. She says that basically taking shortcuts in any DeFi protocol just leaves you vulnerabilities for future exploits. So a lot of the projects get exploited because of the fact that they're either A, just trying to push out stuff really quickly, or B, sometimes they are, really, really trying. They just didn't have a lot of support. But if they just would reach out to the rest of the community, and that's where I feel like for DeFi Summit, we wanted to bring them all together because everyone is building everything very siloed. Everything's by themselves. Even though everything is open source, it's not like they're sharing a lot of the stuff with each other. So for us to actually grow as an industry, it's all about collaboration and making sure that everything's okay.
Yes, that's why I think DAO is needed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially for DAOs too, is because like now you can have anyone from anywhere around the world with different skill sets actually help out. So if they're able to say, hey, look, I need someone that's going to be a smart contract developer. I need someone that's going to be a marketer. I need someone that's going to be, different types of areas. So that's where the I would say like the labor force comes in, right? Because then you can actually have it to where you bring all these people together and they're working towards a common goal.
I think it's all about bringing the right people.
Oh yeah, definitely, of course. Yeah, because like with each one of them as well, it's like you want to bring in the certain skill sets that's needed in order to make sure the project is a success. And then from there, of course, bringing on others to kind of help out in certain ways. But the DAO should be able to decide who gets on and who gets off, things like that, or even create an economy to where they can actually get submissions in to kind of help. So I think with I believe it's with Kusama. So Kusama has it to where you can actually submit content and create content about Kusama or write articles and stuff, and then submit it into their one of their programs where you can actually get tipped from the ecosystem and say that, hey, look, since you are providing information to an audience or being able to help with certain code, that you're able to be rewarded for it.
Yeah, I feel like with this, we got so much we can talk about. Let's say, if we want to bring the right people together, how can you know that this person is right? So then we can we can get the ID involved. So what?
So I'd say for the right person, it would kind of depend because I would say everyone has their strengths and their weaknesses, right? So no one's ever perfect. There are going to be mistakes and there are going to be flaws. But at the same time, like for me, one of the things that I learned is that as long as they're trying, they can actually be guided. So let's say if someone really, really wants to be a smart contract developer and they're actively trying and they're really trying to, really be a part of the DAO. You can also have someone that's going to be overseeing them that's actually a stronger contract developer to kind of also nurture them to write better code. Same for like marketing. Marketing for them is basically like they're learning the steps, they're learning how to contribute. A great way to kind of also kind of like get your kind of like test the waters is there's another one called Gitcoin. So that one is like basically they allow companies to kind of submit items there. So if they're like, hey, I want a smart contract developer to code this and then submit it as work, and then they'll get rewarded for it. So like some of those things within the crypto economy is what really brings everyone together. It's because everyone's trying to learn more about it, but at the same time also contribute and participate too.
I really like it, and I feel like when like people can, there's a situation happening like when you're hiring, and you feel like I know blockchain is quite popular these days, and I feel like if you very popular, much more popular in Miami probably. If you just grab randomly a random person on the street in Miami, it will be a higher percent that he or she knows blockchain than people around me. So, but I feel like although we are so popular, we are still like a mysterious industry. Like many people, if you're hiring, feel like they got no background knowledge. Probably be a very good quality people, but they got no background knowledge on this industry. But we really want to. So, but with people with many much background knowledge in this industry, probably in their real life, they're not like a very in a very big name company, a very good LinkedIn profile for you to check about. So what we want to know is that probably when is the first time when they start to like mine DeFi project, probably and when is the first time when they join a very when they buy loot, probably they found out, or CryptoPunk, they found out this paradigm revolution. So we can see like what projects they are in. We can tell like probably what mindset they have, and this will give us like a picture about what kind of people who he is or who she is. I feel like if we can merge this DID with DAO, and then merge DAO with DeFi and NFT, I feel like every community driven projects will have like a better ecosystem.
Yeah, I feel like for a lot of them too, it's basically like we need to create a reputation system, right? That tracks your wallet. So like it says like, hey, look, this person has been in DeFi for this amount of time. Be able to kind of share those things, and hey, look, this person has been buying Bored Apes or buying these NFTs and stuff. So that reputation system can technically be a resume. I think like during what we call DeFi summer, there was a few applications for that, basically where you can kind of have like a score for like a DeFi score. To be able to kind of see if you can get into like public white listings or like things like that. And I think that like that reputation system could kind of carry on as a standard to kind of like all DAOs, right? Another thing for like developers is like they don't submit their resumes anymore. They submit their GitHub.
Yes.
So it's like all through their GitHub. You see what previous things that they worked on, kind of like all the things that they did for kind of like different areas. What code they tested, what code they deployed, what codes are still being used, how many commits they have for certain things as well.
That is why we are so into this Web3, because everybody has a new chance that you're not judged by who you are, but people see you by what you've done and what you're doing.
Oh yeah, because if you look on Twitter right now too, it's like a lot of people have their PFPs, their profile pictures, right? So it's like now you're like, is this person? I don't, you don't know who they are, or even like on chain too. All you see is OX and then a long number and letters. So for each one of them too, it's like think about it as if someone as a really really good developer or a really good marketer, they're just in a different country or they're somewhere around the world. An easy way to kind of showcase what they're doing is that basically they could just submit kind of like either their address or their GitHub, so that they're not judged by whatever they are and things like that.
Who they are, where they are come from. Yes.
Yeah. As long as they're providing value to to your project and to the DAO, then you can have it to where you can actually have multiple areas of workers, right? one of the things of like regular hiring is that you have to go through screening process. You have to go through and sit down with them, see if they're lovely and stuff like that. But I think like with technology, it's that we shouldn't have that barrier up. We should have it to where everyone is welcomed and open to the ecosystem, because we want this ecosystem to grow. If you really look at crypto now and you're like, oh my God, we're really, really late in it. And we're actually really, really early, because not a lot of things that are in the infrastructure of the regular world is built yet. So there's a lot of opportunities as long as people dive in and get educated with it too. So like, that's why we also ran like DeFi Summit and NFT Con, because people are like, Michael, what is DeFi? Like, how do I learn more about DeFi? So we actually had, I believe it was like over 72 hours of content just from that conference, placed online just for them to learn more about DeFi. So we went from everything from synthetics, AMMs, insurance, policies, like there's so many different areas for it, cross-chain DeFi. And then with NFT Con as well, NFTs, they're like, what are NFTs, Michael? Can you please like let us know? We had like music, fashion, gaming.
Can you do all the education thing?
Yeah, because like for us, it's if you educate the space, you grow the space in whole. And then from there, we just want to make it to where everyone collaborates with one another and be able to help the industry grow as a whole.
As a industry contributor or the Web3 contributor, what would you like to if there's one thing you'd like to tell people who are new to NFTs? Probably, I think all of the audience probably you're not new to how to trade coins, but probably you're new to NFTs. If there's one thing, like the first thing that you would let them know, like what it would be.
Yeah, so think of once again, like think of NFTs as a representation of any data that can be placed onto the blockchain. Of course, you can have JPEGs placed on there. You can have music. You can have fashion. All these different types of elements. But I think if you're learning about NFTs, the way that I would start of it was to kind of look at the commit for the ERC 721 standard, and then see why that standard was pushed and passed, and then why it was deployed into it. So you kind of see the nuances of it, and then from there as well, see the history of it, see how it grew from CryptoKitties and even before that CryptoPunks and kind of like all the different types of areas, and then how it is now. Like we see a huge explosion across all different types of areas. It's because every industry that needs data can actually be affected. So the music industry, people are now being able to generate and create their own music without having a third party, as in a kind of like some of these bigger companies take over ownership rights. You see artists now being able to create their own items and sell them for millions of dollars, because that they never had that platform before. You now also see kind of like supply chains looking into NFTs to kind of make it to where their orders are a little bit better, right? So there's a whole kind of like, I would say anything is possible as long as you can think of it and as long as you have a team behind that can create it for you. Because like with an idea also comes execution. You need to execute, and I think for all of us, like we're all builders within the space. So for us, like we definitely want to have all these integrations into this space to kind of make it a lot better.
Thank you so much for being a contributor, and for everyone who would like to know about NFT. First, you need to go search ERC 721, written by William Manchican, right? He is the lead author, and he will be in Miami as well. We will have parties there, and so read about that. ERC 721, wrote by William Manchican as the lead author, and then you'll get to know what NFT is, and you're also welcomed to watch our live of our DecentralCon. And for people who would like to go there in person, so is there a link for them to buy the tickets?
Yeah, so if they go to decentralcon.com,
feel free to share your screen.
Oh yeah. Let me go ahead and pull it up really quickly.
Yes. So if you guys, there are also people asking, what's your Twitter? Is it Michael3 or is it Michael?
So my Twitter handle is actually LDA Michael. So I used to work with digital assets, so that's where it was kind of like stuck with that handle.
So it's LDA Michael. Yes.
So LDA Michael, yeah.
Is it D for decentralized?
What was that?
Is it D for decentralized?
Oh no, so it's for Lunar Digital Assets. They're the team that's working with QuickSwap currently. So I just always kept that handle, just to kind of like keep it there. My current location is actually City DAO, by the way. So if you want to know where I'm at, I'm in the City DAO.
City, I thought some people put city metaverse as well.
So City DAO is creating it to where they actually have a DAO in Wyoming to actually be able to purchase land. So that's where they're trying to create a city and everything. So I'm one of the guys that owns some of the NFTs. So for us, it's basically about
You can
making
show us
sure.
your NFT actually.
Oh. Yeah. So like
this is the.
Oh yeah,
This is
so
the
this
website.
is Decentral. Yeah. So it's decentralcon.com, and you guys can still buy tickets on there. Once again, like with this as well as like for us, don't be shy. If you see us at the event, come up to us, ask us questions. I'm more than happy to answer as much as I can, to kind of help everyone kind of enter into the space. And like with us as well, we're trying to have it to where it's the largest NFT and DeFi conference. And so far, we've exceeded a lot of expectations, and like we're really happy to kind of have everyone come. Especially with like 4 galleries. We have the digital metaverse fashion world. We have the GameFi area as well. A lot of participating companies that are going to be attending. Once again, over like 100 companies, and each one of them as well. So like for example, like Near Protocol, Harmony, Secret Network, Fair Network, like they're all layer 1s or layer 2s. For us, we're a very open ecosystem. There's even Bitcoin NFTs and Bitcoin DeFi that's going to be having talks there and stuff like that. So for us, we want to enter and have everyone, welcome to the space and just grow it as a whole.
So for the people who has buy ticket to this conference, will they also get entered to the your related conference such as BitBasel or with Art Basel?
Yeah, so we're working with BitBasel to kind of have integrations over with them. There's also other areas that we're also working with to kind of have a continual of events that's going to be kind of like co-marketed and kind of like co-hosted. Because for us, we are in Miami and we want to have that I would say market impact on Art Basel to kind of say that, look, NFTs are not small. Like we're here and we're not leaving anywhere. So we will be having a lot of events that are within Art Basel timeframe as well.
Yes, so feel free to look around at the website, and if you cannot go there, and feel free to watch the record. Watch the video simultaneously. That would be so nice. And I think today would be, let's stay here and see you tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Bye. I'll see you in Miami, and I'll see my audience tomorrow. Bye.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, bye, Diana.